podcast.
Yeah, the music, interviews, the culture. Sweet.
Let's get into it.
And then don't forget all the lovely things we plan to do today.
Sweet podcast.
What's up, my people? What's happening? It's Mr. Al Pete with the Groove Sweet podcast. Thank you so much for hitting play. And hopefully you enjoyed the other days that we've been rocking on this C4Challenge. Listen, man, we are moving along. Day 25 right here, day 25 right here. And we almost to the finish line. I know for me personally, it's been a challenge. I ain't gonna front. Producing a podcast every day has been a challenge. And I thought it was gonna be like a little easier because it's dealing with music, but the technicalities of things, it's been a challenge, but it's been a great one. And as far as bringing some creative folks on the show with me, that's been a very dope delight. And this episode right here, I am looking forward to this conversation. Soops Kitchen, what's up, sir? How are you doing?
Yo, what's going on? Thank you for including me, man. This is dope. Man,
listen, when I was thinking of the people who I was gonna reach out to, you were definitely on the top 5 for sure, because I just remember being introduced to you by shouts out to Christina Curate. She introduced me to you. And she was like, check out his mixes and stuff. And then I was, of course, checking out the mixes, and then just the light conversations you see people having online and stuff like that. And I was just like, he got a wealth of knowledge, and he definitely know what the music, the good music sounds like. And I just appreciate you introducing. That. I appreciate you introducing like good music and just really keeping the spirit of music going, man. I like to be around those people a lot, especially when it comes to like the hip hop soul, I'm saying it, but neo soul type of atmosphere, just progressive music. Like I'm real big on that type of music. So I appreciate you even being on the platform, and I'm just ready to have these conversations, man. How you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling good. My spirit is warm. Like that. I appreciate that. Like, thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Listen, yeah. Christina was. I remember when she told me, she was just like, "Yo, Soops Kitchen. He got a dope playlist, podcast, da. And then the more I just got into your work or whatnot, then we started following each other on Twitter. And then I see you pop up from time to time on like Clubhouse. And then I'm like, every time I see you pop up on Clubhouse, like I'm always like working. So I can't really get into it like how I want to. But I'm like, man, I know he in there handling business, man. I think I might have been in like 2 or 3 rooms where you were in there and just having dope conversations. But yeah, man, music, good music and good tastemakers travel, okay?
That's facts. And it's funny, like the funny thing about this, I see something that be going through social media. Your biggest supporters are the people you never met before. And this is true. This is so true.
I mean, if you and I understand the creative aspect of it, but I'm here to like reassure you that definitely enjoy the work, man. And just looking forward to what you got coming up, man, and continuing on with the stuff that you got going on.
The crazy part is what you guys do. The Groove site, what you do, like, man, that's where I want to be. I want to get to where you at, man. You got dope R&B, like everything you guys be posting is really dope. So, you and Christina, y'all doing y'all thing, man. Like just the fact that y'all like what I do is crazy. Like I appreciate it.
Man, we rock with you, brother. And I mean, listen, any type of help, advice, whatever, ear or whatever, man, like hit me up, man. I'm all about that, man. Just talk about ideas or anything to kind of elevate the platforms you got. And I might not have the answers, but just the soundboard and just really like inspiring each other. I'm with it, brother. So trust me, the lines are open.
Most definitely appreciate it.
All day. So I'm going to say this is a special episode because we're doing 2 songs today. We're doing 2 songs, one from the hip hop genre and one from the soul genre. So I think this is dope that we finna have these conversations. So I'm gonna let my brother pick which one he wants to go with first.
So what we gonna go with first is I'm gonna go with my soul, my R&B first, because it's somebody that I want to get back in our spaces. I want to hear this brother again, and he's been very influential in my household. So first song that I play a lot from the artist that is like my number one artist is Dwele. And the song is called Without You. That has been our anniversary song for we've been married. We're going on 14 years now.
Okay, congratulations.
14 years, I think is what. Thank you. Out of 14 years, it's been like our song for about 11 years. So, Without You is like that song that I play. It's hard to describe it. It's that feel good music. It feels good in your soul. It feels good. Just putting it on, like his whole catalog just feels good. But that Without You song is what brings me back to the day that I said I do to my wife, and that song it always brings good memories. And so whenever I just want to get in a good mood, I just put that on, and I'm good.
Yeah, very dope. And that's a dope reason to have that song. You know what I'm saying, in your area. So let's do some quick knowledge about it. So I was just looking up while I was kind of setting up. I thought Subject was his first album. Apparently it's not. So
it's not.
It is not.
It's not.
So apparently I was late to the party on that. Subject
is his first studio album.
Okay.
Rise is his first album.
Gotcha.
So Rize is his first album. You can't find that album. You can if you know, like if I have it. So it's hard to find. Like it's not like one of these albums that you just gonna go to the store and pick up, or you can order it online. I think he was selling out the trunk of his car, and that's what got him. I think that's what got him connected to Virgin. So if I'm not mistaken, that's what got him on Virgin was Rise. The Subject is part of that album is Rise. Like I think Angel, 20 and Under, Truth. What else? Yeah, those I think those songs were some of the songs that were on Rise, and then you get Subject, and then you get Some Kind after that, and then after that, that's when he goes independent, and then you get, the rest. And he's been independent ever since. So,
gotcha. So his first, okay, all right. So his first album was a label album, and then the rest of them was independent.
The first two.
Two.
Okay. Subject and Some Kind of were labeled. Like that was him. I think he was on Virgin, and then after that, he went independent. So E1. He ended up in E1. I think that was E1. But yeah, he's been independent ever since. From Sketches of a Man on down, he's been independent.
Okay, cool. So before I forget, I want to talk about how did you get his first album? But just to give a little insight on like my end. So this is Dwele was what, 2002, 2003 when Subject came out. I just remember hearing. Oh, there we go. I knew it. You can still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't see you. Now I can
there you go. See that damn nevertheless, I'm keeping it in here too. This is on some G shit. So Subject 2003. I just remember I was bumping Dwele, I was bumping Music Soul Child, and I was bumping Glenn Lewis.
Oh man, Glenn Lewis.
All at the like, and Bilal. So like the first,
that's good.
Yeah, like so it was like that period of time. So I remember. All right, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up. I guess I'm just kind of laying the foundation of the conversation for me. I just remember like just got 2000, and I was hearing all these women neo soul-esque type of sounds or whatever. But I just remember that pocket of music when it was the Glenn Lewis, the Dwele's, the Music Soul Child, the Bilals,
the Guaplays.
like existing.
I can't say her name.
Yeah, but like I remember all of that existing at one time, and I just remember when I had Subject in my car, and specifically the song Subject, and I was like, I mean, I wasn't reading the credits. I didn't read the credits, but it still gave me that like Jay Dilla-esque feel, and I was like, this music is like extremely soulful. And it sucks because till this day, I kind of like look at R&B music and I'm like, okay, these people cool. But as soon as I hear like a soul, gut touching person, like I go back to like when I first heard Dwele, when I first heard Music Soul Child, Glenn Lewis and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That was a
I
magnificent year.
I do too. Yeah, I remember the first time I heard Dwele, and it was like, so I discovered Dwele by accident.
Okay.
So I discovered him because I was looking up. I don't know if you remember this, but back in the day, you could like download your music off BearShare and all of those, like
Napster.
So
yep.
I was on those sites because of an individual that has been in the news recently for wearing certain shirts.
Yeah, that guy. Okay.
So, and back in the day, I was like, "Oh man, I want to listen to his music because I mean, his beats was incredible. Like I thought his beats was just everything." So I heard that he was coming out with an album, so I wanted to try to get songs off the album. So The Wire dropped, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna listen to this." And I was typing in his name, and a whole bunch of stuff came up with his name. And Dwele's came up, but when you're downloading stuff, sometimes stuff comes up. It's like a file name, and then it's the artist name. I thought Dwele was just a file name. I didn't even know who Dwele was. So I'm downloading all of this stuff with his name on it, and it was a song that he had with Consequence. It was the Hold On remix. Kanye produced that, and I was listening to it, and I was just like, "Who is this dude singing?" I'm thinking it's, John Legend or somebody. I don't know who. I'm thinking it's one of Kanye's cousins, something like that. And I'm like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? And then I'm watching BET, and they had Tainted. So Tainted comes on, and it says Dwele's name featuring Dwele. That was the only time it said featuring Dwele was that one day.
Right.
And I was like, that's him. So then I put in his name, and then I see 20 and Under, I see Truth, or, I see all these different things. And then I see, songs from Rise. And I was like, okay, let me just, let me get this. Didn't even know Subject was out. He was on Some Kinda at this point. So I go and pick up Some Kinda, and I turn it on, and it's continuation. I'm like, okay, so they got to be a part one. So where's part one? So I go find Subject, and now I got the complete set. Yeah. And so now I'm just like playing it over and over and over again. And I think this was back in 2000. This is 2004. So I was a year late to Dwele, but just that sound, like I'm hearing the sound, and I'm just like, this is Slim Village sound. Like this is that soul sound. It's that Detroit sound. And of course he's from Detroit, of course, and also he's in that Dilla camp. So like, is Dwele, Slum Village. I can't think of everybody else, but like that whole camp, they all work with Dilla. So I'm hearing that sound. I'm like, this is that Dilla soul that I'm hearing. And from that point, from 2004 till today, I've been a fan of Dwele, and this is his style. One of the reasons why I was looking for this type of music is because I was talking to my mom and my aunts. We would all get around and we would have family gatherings, and they would sit up and talk about music and how music affected them back in the day. And my mom, they grew up in Detroit, and they grew up around the corner from Motown. So they saw everybody, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder. Yeah. And the way they talked about Marvin Gaye, I was like, I want to feel that from an artist today. And I was like, You know, so now I'm listening. I'm like, where can I feel this? What they feeling, like, where can I feel this at? And the minute I turned on Dwele's music, I felt that Marvin Gaye feel. Not saying that he's singing like Marvin Gaye or anything like that. It's just the soul that he has.
Mm-hmm.
He writes his music. He performs his music. You know, he's talented.
Right.
And I felt that with Dwele, the way my parents and my aunts and, you know, everybody felt when they would listen to Marvin Gaye's music. And,
Right.
you know, Marvin Gaye at the time back then wasn't looked at like how he was, I know how he's revered now. Like, he's making this weird stuff. What is this? You know, we just want to hear ballads. And, so, like, listening to Dwele's music where he's making all different types of sounds and, you know, he has some house music in there. I'm like, okay, you know, I can rock with this. It's different. So that's when I became a big fan of Dwele. I'm like, that's my number one. Like, the kids know him, my wife know him. Like, he's like a family member in his household. I never met him, never talked to him, but like Dwele, like I brought my first child home with music. Like, I think it was Star by Slum Village, and it was, you know, Dwele singing a hook. And then it was other music from him, and I'm like, so yeah, that's how I became a fan of Dwele.
Gotcha. Hey, you answered my question because I was going to ask you, how did you find his first album? Because I remember around that time might have been mixtapes and stuff like that, like or like just some like an underground circuit or something like that, or even like a concert. But you clearly found it like online, so
yeah. I found, but I actually went and purchased. Like, I saw it online. And at that time, I wasn't purchasing music. I was like, man, y'all get enough money anyway. That was my thought process. But I actually went out and purchased these albums. Like, I actually went out and got Subject in some kind of. But, you know, everybody else I was downloading, you know, it's statute of limitations. I should be good, right?
Man, we all good, man. At this point. So, let me what your location? Well, where you from? Is it Ohio?
Yeah, well, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
So it's like the brother of Detroit or sister of Detroit or something like that. Like,
because it's near each other, or
it's near each other, and the styles is kind of, you know, we kind of the same when it comes to different, you know, when it comes to the styles. Like, Detroit and Cleveland is kind of. Yeah, you got an aunt and uncle that live up in Detroit, or you got an aunt and uncle that live in Cleveland. Like,
gotcha.
It's like that. So,
okay. So you grew up in Cleveland or whatever. Being the fact, I mean, you kind of answered the question on that, because I was about to ask, like, how was the music circuit in Cleveland or whatever in reference to Dwele? You know what I'm saying? But it sounds like, you know, because Dwele is in Detroit, right?
Yeah, but that's not the music scene in Cleveland isn't the same. We don't have the same type of soul that Detroit has.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Like, how, like, outside of Dwele, because I'm sure you have certain artists that you listen to that gave you that same feeling. Like, well, they gave you the same remote feeling as a Dwele. But, like, how was it? Like, how did you find your music? Like, what was the music palette for Soup?
For me, was I'm be honest, just finding an artist and just going down that rabbit hole and just you know, this artist featured on this album, then I'm gonna go click on this artist and I'm gonna listen to this artist. Far as like our radio stuff here, like, it's not, our radio is trash. We got 3 stations. I believe now, I haven't even listened to the radio in years, but back in the day, we had a pretty dope jazz station. We had 107.3 The Wave was a jazz station. They played everything. So before I was in the hip hop and R&B, I was an oldies listener. I listened to Take Six. I listened to a lot of gospel stuff, jazz, Foreplay, Ronnie Jordan. But one of my biggest groups that I used to listen to was Simply Red. Simply Red was like my all-time favorite group. I would listen to them. I'm like in middle school, bumping a Simply Red CD while everybody else was playing Biggie and Pac. So like I was
Okay.
a little different, but on 107.3 on the wave, like the jazz station, they played that type of stuff. They played Ronnie Jordan After Hours. They played, Simply Red's music. They played the Temptations and, this different jazz type of stuff. They played Summer Chance in the Evening on 107.3. And I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. Like I'm hearing different stuff than I'm hearing on this station and this station. Because we only really had 3 black stations. We had 93, 107.3, and that 107.3, the wave wasn't really a black station, it was just smooth jazz.
Right.
And then you had 107.9, which was like the hip hop. So 93 was your soul, R&B, 107 was your hip hop. And now I think today, like they're all the same. Like all 3 do the same thing. We don't have a jazz station anymore. But you go up to Detroit and you got a multitude of stations. Like you got all types of music being played. You got your local artists being played. You got your national artists being played. And it was like, there's like going up and visiting people up in Detroit. I would hear different things. I didn't really go out and venture. I didn't discover music that way. But it was like just knowing that these people came from this city. Like I started tapping into Slum. I started tapping into Dilla. I started tapping into that circuit just by knowing like this is Detroit. Now I've been to Detroit. I know what the soul feel like. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna rock with this group. And you just start going down this rabbit hole of artists. Like you just, if Dilla's working with this artist, if Slum is working with this artist, and I'm clicking on that. Dwele was working with he was working with a whole bunch of people, and I was just listening. Like, let me listen to this, let me listen to her, and it's hard to describe it because I didn't go to concerts. I wasn't out there like that. I didn't go to open mic nights to, discover it. I didn't go to college, and I'm young. Like back in 2004, I think I was like 18, like just turning 18. So I was like, really not out there all like that. Mm-hmm. So like discovering music wasn't easy, but it wasn't hard. It's hard to describe it. Like, and also back in the day, BET actually played decent music. Like they played, like you had a variety of different music at some point. So yeah, you can turn on BET, you'll get something from Slum Village, and then I keep bringing up Slum, but even this group called IRS, they had a song that was played on BET. So whoever watching this, y'all gonna go look it up. It's I.R.S. IRS. And they had a couple of songs that was played on there. And you get some, you get your mainstream stuff, but then you get your underground stuff. Mm-hmm. And like that's just how I would discover music. So it's hard to describe it, but it ain't.
No, I understand. I mean, just having these conversations with with you and then with like some other folks, it's just interesting to know how other parts of the world, discover music or how the music filtered in or whatnot. Even with you saying that you discover like Dwele in that position, it is interesting that how you found it. Because even back then, like you said, just, it wasn't easy like how we just do Google now. It's just like, okay,
you had to download stuff, wait for it.
Yeah, and some stuff, we had to filter through a lot of names. It was almost like looking through that index card thing at the library. Like, it was like you pull this up and you see like 50 artists, and then you'll see a Kanye West or Ice Cube, shuffled into that. So for you to just pick Dwele out, like out of that, and then find this gem, and then Dwele becomes like this, like forever household name. You know what I'm saying? Directly and indirectly. It is interesting that happens or whatnot. Because I'm sitting here trying to figure out how I discovered Dwele. I want to say, well, I don't know, because I remember hearing "Find a Way,"
Yeah.
But then, did I hear him on Slum Village first? You know what I'm saying? I don't remember.
It was like all around that same time.
It was all
like,
around that same.
Yeah, like when I saw Tainted, I was like, okay, I like this beat, I like this song, like, and then the hook, I'm like, oh, this is great. And then it's like it's connected now. Like I got a whole bunch of this music from this person that I didn't even know. I didn't even know how to pronounce his name. I didn't know what his name was. I was like, who is this mystery singer? The name is right there.
Right.
But I didn't put it together until I saw him on the video. Like, oh, that must be who I've been listening to all these, for these months or whatever. But it was discovering him. Like, if you weren't up into like that scene, like if you weren't on that open mic scene, or if you weren't on that, in that Detroit scene, you didn't discover Dwele like I saw him at a concert. You discovered him because of features or, being connected to Dilla. Like that's how most people discovered Dwele.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah, you're right. Like, if you didn't catch him on the Slum Village Detroit side,
right?
I don't know. You might have. I don't know. I'm going to lean towards saying that I saw the video and heard the song of Find a Way for me to realize who he was, and then I was like, oh, he's featured on like all the Slum Village stuff. You know what? It feels like Dwele is like the cousin of that circle. You know what I'm saying? It's like that cousin that know how to like sing and
yeah.
That's
the crazy part about him too is he was a rapper before he was a singer.
Isn't he a DJ too? Because I want to say he came to Jacksonville and everybody thought that he was gonna sing, but he did a DJ set.
He was doing DJ. I don't know if he's still doing DJing or whatever, but I know like at one point he was DJing heavy. But he started out as a actual rapper, and now he rapping again. Like he got a new joint that I think came out in 2020 is the 101. That's him and some Detroit people. Wow. He's on a song rapping, but it don't sound bad. But if you a Dwele fan and you just hungering for like Dwele's music, then you like, I'll take it. I'll take it. But it's just like listening to him rap or whatever. I was like, okay, I remember he used to be a rapper, and he had like he had a different name because he had a issue with the label, and then he came out with it in a different name. So I can't find that stuff, but yeah, he's got an interesting career. He's on one of the biggest songs ever, "Flashing Lights." He's on the hook for that, but he wasn't in the video. He's on The People with Common. Yeah, he's on that hook. So he's on some really dope things. He's worked with a lot of different artists. So let's not forget he was on Selfish too. That's a big record. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a big record for sure.
So Dwele, he's got quite a few. No, wait, was he on? No, he wasn't on Selfish.
He wasn't.
Selfish? That's John Legend. That's what.
Fair enough. Wow. Okay.
But look, that I remember I said that's who I thought. That's who I thought was singing when before I knew who he was. I was like, that might be,
Gotcha.
But,
okay. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, he's on a lot of different. But you would think you can hear it on there. But you would think like, we would still be getting music from Dwele today. But being that independent thing is kind of hard. So I get it. I understand it.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to do that, man. But I mean, I don't know. He just has so many. I mean, I wouldn't say promising. You know what I'm saying? Because I just felt like Dwele was like a dope artist within himself. Like I didn't think he needed, you know what I'm saying, that push. And I felt like another type of entity would have like kept him afloat or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe he might have had some eternal stuff that he was dealing. I don't know, but. Yeah, but again, he has that. He does have that cousin vibe, like that cousin vibe where it's like they kind of show up and they when they show up they hear, but then it's like you see him every now and then.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing great performing. Like he's still going out. He's got concerts and he through the winery places, and so he's still doing his thing. But we really, really, really need an album from him. Like, it would be really dope to get an album from him. But again, as we were talking before this about just being independent and trying to do things on your own, it's not as easy.
Yeah.
We can, and I think I've been learning this more with talking to different artists. Is like learning that fans, demanding things from artists actually can mentally break that artist down, because now it's like, I got to do this for them, and they're expecting me to do this, and and I'm trying to do all I can, and I'm throwing all my efforts and all my expenses into this record, and then I don't get it back. So a lot of artists really gotta be mindful of when they release their music, how they release their music, so they can get that back. So I'm
Absolutely.
like listening to artists. I'm learning that, and I'm not getting so emotional about why artists ain't dropping music, and like, it's like, okay, y'all not dropping. Whenever you drop, I'm here to support. That's how I look at it. Same like with Andre 3000, it's just like, we know we're not gonna get nothing from him, but whenever you're ready, we here for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely, yeah.
So it's like I'm learning how to take that into it and not take it personal. It's like, you don't know what these artists is going through. They're humans too. So once you learn that part of it, and it's easier for you.
Yeah. I wish we can get back to like fan mail and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if we had something like, if we had like a filter or a special
That's Twitter.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it need to be a filter though, where it's like you can only like tweet him if you want to say some encouraging words, like, because because of course on Twitter they're going to always see when you dropping out. We need a straight like filter where it's like we pouring into these artists, because these artists. I mean, like you said, like, that's you and your wife's song. I think if he would hear that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it might change the the trajectory of what he's dealing with. But I would think that'd be magnificent if an artist hears that, oh, me and my wife have like, this is our song.
Anniversary, this is our anniversary song. I brought my kid home to your music.
Yeah.
So the funny thing too, like, so I got two kids. I got a older. My son is older and my daughter is younger. And back in 2009, Zoe had just dropped. Man Made had came out, and Count to Five was going. And I think the week that he dropped Man Made is when I had my daughter. But Count to Five was already, a single. So it was funny. It was like bringing her home and trying to get her to go to sleep. And one day I just started turning on music, and I turned on Count to Five. And Count to Five was her song for years. Like, it was that and The Miseducation. Like, I would have to turn that on and she would go to sleep.
Yeah.
But I was actually able to tell Zoe, with her standing there, I'm like, your Count to Five song was her bedtime song. And the joy that he had in his face was incredible. I was like, letting the artist know that you support them, but then how their music affected a child of yours, or how the music affected them. I think some artists do really enjoy that. I don't know if every artist do, but I know some artists actually do like enjoy hearing that information. So
for sure,
because
Zoe has a daughter, right? So I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that was another addition to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a kind of like a relation. Like, he's like, okay, well, I got a daughter too, and this might be, you know what I'm saying? So people that art, I mean, he might have heard that and made an album and turned around and made an album with Black Tall Guy, and now we got who knows? But
yeah, like it was because they were just here, like they just came to Cleveland, and and I was able to tell them, and that was an incredible thing. It was a free concert because it was it was for arts. It was for the art. But Tall Black Guy did an album here. He did an album with Cleveland artists.
Okay.
He did a whole album with Cleveland artists. I think it's called In Search of the Land.
Right.
12 literary arts. And so, 12 literary artists was throwing this festival, so they decided to come through. And, when you see that from artists, because Dwele has done free concerts, Zodu does free concerts. And it's like being a fan of these artists that do these free concerts. It's pretty cool. Like, I'm not seeing my artists on Twitter beefing with another artist. Like, they out here doing positive things and, doing other stuff. My favorite artist is not beefing with somebody else. So it's like, it's cool to, you get to see your favorite artist doing positive things and you don't have to worry about looking up the tabloids and they out here doing something stupid. So, it's pretty cool. Like, I appreciate it with Zoe and Tall Black Guy did, and Deborah Bond. She came too, so it was pretty cool.
Nice. Good dealie. All right. Well, any last words? Matter of fact, let's do this before we go to our next song. If Dwele was watching this right now, what words would you give Dwele?
Man, look. If this was last year, I'm like, yo, get your ass in the studio and make it out. But I've come to understand, like, we here to support you, man. Like, if whenever you come out with this album, whatever album you come out with, whatever single you come out with, we just ready for you, and take your time on it. We here. We gonna support it, especially Soops Kitchen gonna support it.
Definitely, man. Good dilly. Well, all right, let's get into this next song. Since we and it's a connection. Seemed like it is a connection. It is a connection. It's a very, very connection. So we're gonna let you introduce the second song, sir.
So I know people probably thinking it's probably what I'm wearing because I'm wearing ATL and this is Outkast. Outkast is definitely one of my favorite groups.
Shout out to Cass. Shout out to Cass all day.
I'm not going there because it's predictable. So where I'm going, and people y'all gonna look this up. Y'all gonna be like, who is this? I'm going with Illa J. Illa J is Dilla's little brother. He's got a song. He's got an album called Yancey Boys. It's all Dilla's beats and it's Illa J rapping. Now this is Illa J when he first came out. I think this was 2008. So it's not. Yep. The Illa J, like if you know Illa J today, is not the Illa J like of today. Like Illa J today is more polished. He's winning the vocal classes. He's done a lot with his art, and he's managed to really step his art up from Yancey Boys to what he's got today. So my favorite song from the first album is Everytime. It's a couple of reasons why Everytime is my favorite.
Okay.
The beat is number one. It's a small part. It's a part in the beat that came from the Wiz, and it's not the part of the Wiz. It's not like it's a song, but it's not like where you think. Okay. It was a part where they're going into panning into the hotel where they're getting ready to go beat the witch. And then, they're sitting on the bed and you hear this, I can't think of the instrument, but it's a small little sound and you hear it as they're panning in and then, they pan out and everything. And that's the little sound that you get. And Dilla took that and put that in Everytime. And it wasn't until I was sitting with my son watching the Wiz where I'm hearing this sound and I'm like, Dilla took that sound and made Everytime, with that little sample, with that little snippet of what I heard from, off the Wiz. And I was just like, that blew my mind. Like now that's really my favorite song because now I'm like, were you sitting here watching the Wiz and you said, I can do something with that? Like, or was you listening to the album? Cause I think it wasn't the Wiz album, it was like the score. It was from the score.
The score, yeah.
So I'm like, did he listen to the score and he said, okay, I can do this? Like, I want to know how he came up with, creating this song. And that's one of my reasons why it's a favorite. And it's just what he's talking about. Like, just every time he's just talking about just doing stuff in life and, it's not going as planned, but, every time we're gonna get it. We're gonna get there. Eventually we're gonna get to where we need to be. And I really enjoy that song. It's one of my favorites. I'll turn that song on. It's Everytime and Thelonious. I have a big thing with Slum Village and Dilla. Yeah, like that's my thing. But those are like two songs that will just stay on repeat forever. Like if I'm at work and I'm just like, I don't want to bother with nobody, I'll turn on Everytime and just zone out, continue my work. If I'm going to go play basketball, I'll turn that on. Like if I'm just needing to zone out, and that's what I'm putting on. And the whole album, actually, like the whole album is a great album. Yancey Boys is one of my favorite albums. I consider it a classic, but that's just me. I don't think anybody else considers it a classic, but I do. But yeah, that's where that Dilla stuff, that Dilla soul, that all plays a part in this. So
yeah, man. We'll be on this phone forever talking about Dilla.
Right.
He's me personally. He's my favorite producer.
Yeah,
my favorite producer.
Yeah,
and if he's not like number one, he's definitely in the top three for sure. Like without a doubt. And just saying producer definitely like kind of is an understatement, because I just feel like Dilla is such like this musician. And even music, it's like it's this big word that I have for him, but I just can't think of it. But you get what I'm saying. It's like
I get
it's
exactly
larger than life. I mean, like you said, you just schooled me on the Wiz. Like him taking the sound from the Wiz and adding that to there. And I'm thinking about all these others. Like I'm thinking about Donuts. Let's the Donuts album, right?
Right.
All these type of sounds that he used, we didn't even know where it came from. It might have came from an Italian album. It might have came from like the hood, like
you don't know where it came from. But
you don't know where it
come
come from. And then when you find out where it came from, it's so like small. But when he uses it, it's so
small and obscure. Like where did you find it from?
And when he uses it, it's so big. It's like it's so potent in the song or whatever. And just the way Jay Dilla, like, just the way that he produces or conducts or whatever you want to call it, is so influential. So I can see how Illa J can just pick up a microphone or, however he did it, but him like carrying on tradition in whatever definition or manner that means. So when I hear it every time, and when I remember hearing Everytime and Yancey Boys album, I've heard it plenty of times, but just the influence of that is all right with me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's almost like you can't see no wrong in what he did and how he illustrated it and the words that he written, like because the message in the song was dope too. It fit it fit the beat perfectly. Like it fit like a hand in glove. So yeah, man, that's my stance on when it comes to Illa J, man. I just feel like he just got the right to do really whatever he want in the name of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right. I mean, we don't give Illa J his credit. Like, Illa
absolutely
J
not.
He's not just Dilla's little brother. Like, he's Illa J the artist. Like, he's got some dope things without Dilla's production. You know what I mean? So like, absolutely. Illa J is dope, and I hope to see him more. Like, I hope to see that he gets back out there and do more stuff. But that whole thing about Dilla and beats, like making beats or producing, the one song, and I know this is everybody's joint, but Players. Like when I heard the original song and it was called Claire, and I was like, and then listening to the song of Claire, I was like, this is a weird ass song. It's not like a lullaby type of song. Like I believe it was like on some type of weird uncle niece type of stuff. And I'm like, I was like, wait a minute, Dylan. Like, where did you find this from? And then like listening to Thelonious and listening to how he came up with that beat, he was trying to come up with a beat for Common. I think Common wanted him to rap on something else, and he was like, I don't want to rap on that. So he went home. He went to the hotel and produced, or he went home and produced Thelonious, and then he came back the next day and had everything laid out for Common, and then they made, Thelonious. But listening to that song and going and find a sample, which was a George Duke sample, which is an obscure George Duke song. It's not like, on everything. It's like, I can't think of the name of the song, but it was like it's weird. Like, it's a weird song, but it's George Duke. Like, it's him playing the piano. It's no singing or nothing like that. It's just like a funkadelic type of sound, but like a future. It's hard to describe it, but it was different. And it was this one little part. The song is like 10 minutes long, and this is one little part that he picked, and that's where you get the dun 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 dun, like, and that's all the way through the song. And I'm just like, man, like, how did you come up with that? Like, just thinking of the songs that he produced, and you just said, like, how did he come up with all of this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's dope to see it, but what was really dope is just seeing, hearing that album with Illa J and Dilla, and it's like you're in their bedroom. Like, no, not weird, but like, brothers messing around with music, and it's like you're right there with them as they're messing around with the music, and you get Yancey Boys. So I thought it was pretty dope. Like, it's one of my favorites.
Absolutely. So do you know any like history beyond, well, not beyond, but before pre Illa J? Because I didn't hear about Illa J until, honestly, I didn't hear about Illa J until after Dilla passed. Like, I knew he had like siblings, but I didn't know that he had a sibling that was like.
I didn't hear anything about. Well, so I remember Illa talking about it. I remember him saying that he didn't do anything before Dilla's passing. Like, he was messing around with music while, his brother was there or whatever. But then after he passed, he decided to take it serious, from what I remember.
Okay.
Now, I may be wrong, but, from what I remember, he decided to take it serious. And I believe Yancey Boys is like the first thing that he did. Like, that was just him just messing around with just different music or whatever.
Yeah. I believe it.
It's crazy.
I believe it.
It's crazy that this album, like the Yancey Boy album, comes out. You got Illa J. Nobody really knows who Illa J is. But then you also got Avion Crockett on there too. So like Avion Crockett is, I think he's on DFTF.
Okay.
I believe. I think he's on that. He's rapping. Like, Avion Crockett can rap. And you like, it's like, wait a minute. Where does all of this coming from? Like, how did they do all of this? And it's pretty cool to see it. It's pretty cool to, listen to it and, seeing where they're at today and seeing where they started. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It was, matter of fact, it was probably like 2 weeks ago when, cause I'm always I always check out, Crisis. He does, beat critiques on his, IG page.
Yeah.
One of them times, Illa J was on the in the chat, just kind of listening to the beats that was being played, and Crisis was like, "Yeah, man, Illa J working on some new stuff, man. This and the third." So,
so wait, Illa J and Crisis is working on something?
Well, for Crisis to say that, I mean, I would think that, what I'm saying, he's close to it, but I wouldn't be surprised if, I mean. Shit, Crisis did a whole album with Elzai, and Elzai, that's right. Detroit, right?
Right.
So it ain't too far from the branch.
That, because that's what I was like. I'm kind of excited now because that Elzai and Crisis joint was incredible.
That shit was crazy. That shit was very crazy.
And we about to get some Illa J and Crisis, or Illa J and the Soul Council. Like, if that's what we about to get, because we also about to get Amber Naveen and the Soul Council. So her from Moonchild. They're dropping. So
yo, real quick, I don't mean to interrupt you, man. But I did I forgot what day it was. And so I had heard the name for a minute. Amber, what is it? Nevin?
Amber Naveen or Amber Narvin. I can't pronounce the last name.
I did not know that was the lead singer for Moonchild. I didn't know her name, but it's like,
Did you know they was from Washington? They from like up in Washington?
I didn't know that. Nah.
They from here. I thought they were from overseas. Like I thought they were for like British or something. They're from here. I found that out talking to Will Jordan. I did an interview with Will Jordan, the beginning of the year, and he was telling me about her. He was like, "Yo, they from here." I was like, "No, they from overseas or like Canada or something." Like he was like, "No, they're from like right here. They're from Washington." And I was like, "Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know."
Yeah, I didn't know. I feel bad that I didn't know about that. I didn't know that was her. But then, I'm I was bugged out. I was like, wow, like Pete, I feel like you should know that. Remember, like even the day when I was on Twitter, and I was like, I did not know knowledge was, you know what I'm saying? Like knowledge and Anderson Park was, man, knowledge is so dope, dog. I was like, I didn't know, but when I see the X, it makes it known. Like, all right, cool, that makes perfect sense.
So, all right, I'm not gonna let you be out here by yourself like that. I was pronouncing their name wrong this whole time.
What would you say?
I was saying NX words. Like I wasn't pronouncing it as no worries. I'm like NX words. And that's how I was pronouncing it. So
man,
so we out here.
We gonna be in this together.
We out here together.
Hey, I didn't know. Like I said, with knowledge, I'm not gonna let
you be out here by yourself. Like
I
that.
appreciate you, brother. We in this together. We in this together. But like, I'm talking about when I looked at the tweet and I was just like, damn, it does make sense because knowledge doesn't use the O, he used the X. So
the X, right?
I'm like, okay, so that makes, and then the sound. I'm thinking about the sound, and because I buy all the knowledge. His albums on like Bandcamp or whatever, like his instrumentals and shit. Like I buy all of them. So like when I paired what I heard,
you get them from off of Bandcamp.
Yeah. Listen, I spend money over there. Shouts out to Bandcamp, man. I spend money over there, boy. Every paycheck and every gig, I put $50 on that thing easily in there. I just buy music.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I try to buy as many artists as I can.
Yeah. But my apologies on interrupting, man. You was saying the Soul Council.
No, you good.
But you were saying Soul Council, they rocking together, right?
So Soul Council and Amber, I hopefully Soul Council and Illa J. Like, Crisis just did something with I can't think of the artist, a rapper. Hey, I like the dude too. But him
Mussolini?
Yeah. Mussolini.
Man, that shit's so cold.
They doing something. So I guess that's got to drop first, and then everything else is coming after that. But when the Soul Council get quiet, when Jamla get quiet, that means something coming. So Ruben Vincent is coming. Rhapsody says she's done. Yeah. Heather Victoria says she's ready to come out. So we're gonna have a nice little 2023.
Absolutely. And then you add Illa J in it, possibly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man,
Illa J would sound so good on some E. I mean, Crisis beats too, but like E. Jones, he would sound like great on E. Jones beats for sure.
Speaking of E. Jones, I hope E. Jones is watching this. We've been waiting on Dead Stock for. Been waiting on this new Dead Stock for a minute, man.
Oh yeah, so he hasn't dropped the album because he dropped a single.
He dropped Beach House Summer, the Take 6 joint.
Yeah.
So so he used the same sample for both. So Summer, Rooftop Summer, and Rooftop Summer and Beach House, or I think it's Beach House Summer. They use the same. He used the same sample, just different parts of that. It's Take 6, but he just used different parts of the song. So it was pretty cool when I connected. And if you in the gospel like I am, because like my mom, when it was time to clean up, Helen Baylor, Take 6.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Helen Baylor, like how they been going around using that boom sound, like I used to listen to that in the car with my mom 24/7. So the minute I saw it on TikTok, I was like, oh, come on, man.
TikTok got to it.
I was like, no. But like, if you a fan of that, you know exactly what song it is. I'm not gonna put the song out there, but when you listen to it, if you a fan of Take Six, you know exactly what it is. But
absolutely,
yeah, we wait on that dead stock though.
Yeah, them tapes are very good, man. Them tapes are very good. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I want to. Yeah, I mean, and even to go back to the Illa J, man, I'm just thinking about some of those beats that's on those tapes, man, and just hearing Crisis, man, with his stuff, man. I think that'd be amazing for the pair up for the Soul Council.
Because you got, with Illa J, you got Yancey Boys, and then you got the other Yancey Boy project. That was I'm trying to look it up now, but I think it was just called Yancey Boys, and it was him and who else was on there? Frank and Dane. It was him, Frank.
Well, right here, it looks like it says the Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah,
Sunset Boulevard.
That's it was what? Who's the person on that? Sunset Boulevard.
That was Frank Ned and as with Frank as Yancey Boys.
Yeah. So it was Illa and Frank, but then you got T3 on there. You got Ero. You got Common on there. Guilty Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
Pasanus. Yeah, you got some.
Illa J he's definitely surrounded by weaponry for sure.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah,
most definitely. Like what the amount of resources Illa J has is ridiculous. Like, he could tap on anybody's shoulder and they coming. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, like when you look at that Yancey Boy project, the Sunset Boulevard. I mean, you got Common on there. Common worked with Dilla on one of his best albums. So yeah, I need you to come lay a verse on this, and they gladly did it. So it's pretty cool to see this. To see what Illa J could come up with. I mean, he's got 4 albums.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken.
He did his thing with Slum Village too. So he did that.
He did, he did Slum Village for. And speaking of Illa J, he's got a new album out.
like recent?
Yeah, it dropped May. It dropped in May. It's called Hideout.
We need to revisit.
Okay, we
need to visit.
Yeah, I gotta visit this. Like the last one I thought was the John Yancey joint. That's what I thought was his last one, but it's not. So I gotta go back. And
then he finna drop some new stuff with whatever that comes about.
So yeah, I definitely need to listen to this new one before he drops new music.
Yeah,
like I'm calling myself a fan, and I didn't even know he dropped the album in May. This is crazy.
No, listen, the climate of hip hop, man. You just don't know who dropping when, and then now, that's what I like about the underground aspect of hip hop. Like right now, like the underground hip hop is like bubbling. Now the hip hop that's present or whatever, the pop aspect of it, it's diminishing right in our eyes. And and when I say diminishing, it's not like on die overall, but like the underground, everybody's kind of moving down to that underground sector. And so with that being said, when it comes to the underground, everything is kind of guerrilla like. So you got people releasing songs on on Wednesday, on Sunday. And so it just messes everything, messes our minds up because we think music comes out on Fridays.
But it used to come out on Mondays.
Well, Tuesday as well,
yeah. Mondays and Tuesdays. And I remember, I can't think of who just dropped the album on Tuesday and said that they wanted to do that. I think it was Big Pooh. Pooh dropped his album on a Tuesday, and he was like, "I want to get back to that."
Well, little brother did that too when they dropped their album.
They dropped it. They dropped that on a Tuesday too.
Yep.
But they didn't explain why they dropped it on a Tuesday. But Pooh just explained why, and he was like, I want people to enjoy the music for the week. You know, people get music on Fridays, and you really not enjoying it because it's the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, Tuesday you got something to enjoy throughout the week, and then you get to the weekend, it's like, okay, now I'm gonna pick my favorite songs and I'm gonna ride to this.
Ride to it. Absolutely, yeah. I think that's an excellent marketing plan, and then that's a decision that they made versus like what the labels corporate told them that they should do or whatever. So that underground, you know what I'm saying? That underground world is moving like I love it. Now there is a lot of music coming out, and you sometimes you miss it, like how we just missed Ella J dropping the album. But it's just I love that method or whatever. I just love the underground aspect of it, and then I think the music is just more raw and more fulfilling for us. So
you getting the music from the artist and not the label,
not the machine.
You know,
Absolutely,
when the machine is pushing that music, that's the machine's music.
Absolutely,
and that's all you're gonna hear. But like when the artist is saying, you know, I got something for you guys, and it's coming directly out the artist's mouth, you pretty much getting what if you're a fan of that artist, you pretty much are getting what that artist, you know, puts out. You're not getting a manufactured thing. You're getting, you know, what they feel from the heart. And again, everybody's making music to make a profit. Like nobody's just out here just making music for free. And if I never make any money, that's not what they're doing. So there is some, you know, something behind it. But what I'm saying is like making music for the soul, you know, they're sticking to their integrity. You know, they're not losing their integrity to put out an album. So, you know, that's my fandom. Like that's where I'm a fan of a lot of artists like that. I ain't gonna lie, like I do listen to, you know, some of the, you know, music. I listen to the Quavo and Takeoff.
Okay.
The only reason is because they did a So Fresh So Clean joint. So they took. Yeah. I listened to it. I was like, I actually like this, so I'm gonna listen to it. I actually kept, you know, I listened to it. I put that in rotation, but you know, every so often it'll catch my ear for something. But for the most part, you know, I'm staying in that lane of just, you know, this artist, you know what I'm saying? Like real artists, not like I'm just, you know, trying to recoup. You know, that I can't really get down with those type of artists.
Definitely. So. Cool. Well, listen, I got some homework to do. We both got homework to do. We got we got an album that we can listen to.
I did not, like, I'm sitting here and I pulled up Illa J a couple of times and I did not notice that.
Yeah. Wow.
Like I just went straight to Yancey Boys. Like I went straight to that album and didn't even think about it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. Like, I feel like I just got tapped into like the hip hop Twitter. So, which is funny to me sometimes because these guys, another topic.
You can either be like here with them, or like, it's that hip hop Twitter, hip hop Clubhouse, and hip hop Twitter are probably the most dangerous places on earth.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I haven't got into like those hip hop Clubhouse rooms or whatever. So I'm glad I'll know to steer with. Now, if you in it, I'll jump in if I can. But
you gotta find the right spots. Like, you find the right people. You know, when YN gets on, I'll jump on. You know who YN Vine.
Yeah.
So when she jumps in, she keeps a nice close-knit group. You'll end up talking to somebody from the West Coast. We talked to Quick, you know, we talked to what's his name, Battle Cat. So like they'll come into these spaces because they know who YN is and they feel comfortable. Like, you know, ain't no bullshit gonna happen over here. So we're gonna go in this room.
Right.
If you go into some of them other rooms, like we was talking about Earth Gang, right? And I said Earth Gang is probably the best example of the soul of Outkast. And niggas lost their mind. They was like, them niggas ain't Outkast. I said, that's not what I said. I said Earth Gang is probably the closest thing to the soul of Outkast.
To the soul of Jesus Christ.
It's like, but they don't hear that. They just heard Earth Gang and Outkast. So like, no, like what Outkast put out, Earth Gang captured it, and they was able to bring that, what Outkast was putting out, that just that carefree vibe, and that we just gonna do what we gonna do, and we don't care what y'all think.
Yeah.
Like Earth Gang picked that up and ran with it. So it was like they got the soul of Outkast. So everybody talking about we need Outkast, we need Outkast. But you got Earth Gang. Like it's still two niggas, it's still, you know what I mean? Like they still doing the thing, they still got that southern music type of feel. So listen to Earth Gang. They from Atlanta too. Like we complain so much about what we don't have, but we don't look at what we do have.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
With Lauryn Hill, not having Lauryn Hill, but we got raps. Like not having Outkast, but we got Earth Gang. Not having Wu-Tang, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like you have all of these different what we used to have, but what do we have today? It's like let's focus on let's focus on those artists of today. So
right.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. I mean, slowly but surely. I mean, more people are they even reference back to the underground comment that I made. Like a lot of people don't know how to maneuver in the underground. And I mean the consumers too, you know what I'm saying? Like
the hard space.
Yeah, it's a difficult space, but it's almost like when you find those people, that's why it's funny when you said people lost their shit about Earth Gang. But in my mind, I know when I listen to the Earth Gang, and listen, Outkast is my favorite group of all time. I'm just gonna I say it every time. But for me to hear Earth Gang, I'm like, the soul of. But at the same time, too, they got their own identities, so it just makes it makes it 10 times better. I mean, I got Earth Gang music and Outkast music to listen to.
It's like, so like when you listen to Earth Gang, do you remember the feeling that you got when you heard Outkast?
When I heard Outkast?
The first time you heard Outkast, what was your feeling?
I was like, who are these niggas? But it was a who are these niggas in an absolute great way. I was just like, Jesus Christ, like I can definitely relate to this sound. I can definitely relate to what they saying, how they enunciate in their words. I feel like they're close to me, you know what I'm saying? They're in Atlanta, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. Like it was like this ball of this feeling. Like, and I get that feeling every time something drops from either Bib or Andre. It don't matter if it's an IG post or a song or whatever. I still get that feeling. Yeah,
like you get a complete feeling.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's where I felt that from Outkast. Like the first time I heard Outkast, I was like, I feel complete.
Yeah.
And I never forget, like listening to Liberation. I heard that song from Aquemini, and I was a teenager, but I was going through that peer pressure phase. So it's like, hey, you can be out here in the street making money, you buy these J's, you do all this type of stuff, smoke this weed, do this, that. And I'm like, it's not really me. And then I heard that, and I hear Andre saying, be who he wants to be. Don't like, and I'm hearing that, and I was like, man, I ain't gotta do what these niggas do. I can do whatever. I can do me.
Right.
And like hearing that, that's my main reason of why I'm like the biggest fan of Outkast, is because their music kept me out of trouble. Like I was able to listen to their music and then just be myself.
Right.
And didn't have to worry about trying to fit in with nobody else. Them niggas was cool. Like I could be myself. And then I hear Earth Gang as an adult, and I'm like, these niggas doing the same shit. Just in today's society. And it's like,
right.
Them niggas, they're not trying to fit into nobody's thing. Like, yeah, they signed to Dreamville, but they weren't signed to Dreamville before they came out with some of their other music. And it was like, I like what they doing. Like I feel complete when I hear them. And that was the same type of feel I got from Outkast. I feel complete when I listen to a lot of different music, not just, those two, but Rhapsody is one of them. Like when I hear Rhapsody, I'm like, I feel complete. Like, okay, this is, I can relax. I can just, listen to it and just let go.
Right.
But yeah, like Earth Gang, like they doing their thing. Like I like where they headed. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing more stuff from them, man. I mean, they got that energy, man. They just got that. They got that energy. They got that sound. They got that look. And and then it's supported by Dreamville. So I mean, as a Dreamville fan, I feel like they fit that roster. You know what I'm saying? They at home. So I think the fact that they home and they comfortable, we're gonna get some absolutely great music from them. So I'm looking forward to it.
I hope so. I hope we can continue to keep that feel going because we need it because it's rough out here.
It's rough in these streets, brother. And it's rough in these streets.
Rough.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, shit. We talking about like, people be talking about R&B. I'm like, man, hip hop on that same level too, man. It's rough in the streets. Like people be like, oh, ain't nothing. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna go to my underground and get it.
Like when people get to talking that, I just kind of look at them like, yo, you're not listening. Like being a fan, like hearing it, like we hear the underground music, right? So it's like when we saying it, we're saying like, okay, the mainstream stuff that they pushing out is trash.
Right.
But we're not saying that like good music don't exist. There's a lot of groups that are saying like good music just don't exist no more. That's not true. Like R&B is fine, hip hop is fine. It's just that these machines are pushing, what they pushing the garbage out for whatever reason. That's what's being pushed. But we know that there are great artists making great music. They just don't have the same outlets as these bigger names or whatever. So
right.
When people get to talking to, I'm like, and they don't have like we can talk, like we just mentioned Earth Gang, we mentioned rap, we mentioned Illa J. We've mentioned a whole bunch of different names that I'm quite sure people don't really know. And you get somebody who is stuck in the 90s and they come talking that, say, yeah, man, hip hop ain't what it used to be. But you still got artists that are embodied, like that have embodied those 5 elements of hip hop, like of the culture.
Absolutely.
And they're out here today. I mean, you got Nick Grant, you got Corday. So you got, some of these people. Then you got Brittany Carter, you got, rap, you got Lyric Jones, you got even Lyric from A Room Full of Mirrors. Like that you got a whole bunch of people, all different areas that are embodied, that have embodied the whole 5 elements of hip hop. So I think we changed the conversation. Like I think it's up to us to change the conversation. Like, for the people who do know that good music exists, to just change that conversation by continues to do these things, continue to put these playlists out. So yeah, I think we have to do better. For the people who do, like we know we have the ear for it. We just gotta ignore what people are talking about and just put it out there.
Absolutely. I totally agree, brother. Totally agree. Wise words. So all right, listen, man. We'll be on this thing all night, talking about the state of. But listen, this is not going to be the last time you're going to be on here. Hopefully, it's not the last time, man. We got a lot of conversations that we can have, man. That I would like to have, definitely. Whether individually, collectively, like especially like some group conversations would be like extremely dope. So,
man, let's do a group conversation with Dwele.
Hey, if we can get Dwele on these podcasts, listen, I'm with it. I'm totally with it. I'll shoot from my end. I actually had a plan to like take that clip that you said and like try to get it to Dwele to see if that could be a motivation. So
I'm gonna try to reach out on my end too, because I think I know a couple of people who actually work with him.
Okay.
I'll reach out to I think I still have his manager's contact. So I'll reach out and see if we can get him on this podcast. I don't want to just talk to him about when you coming out with an album, but his music knowledge is very dope. Like I want to talk to him about, him being on the scene and, what was going through his head when certain things was going on. So that would be really dope.
Okay, word. Well, let's. We got an assignment. We gotta get Dwele on these things, and we gotta listen to this Illa J album before he drops some new stuff.
we gotta do that, and one more person we gotta get. We gotta get Alex Isley. Alex Isley has been ignoring me for years now, and I just want to get her attention. Like,
I just saw her last IG post, and I was like, "This beautiful lady, dog. She's crazy beautiful, and she sings great." I'm like,
exactly.
wow.
Like, I just want her to know that I appreciate everything she does. I just want her to know that her music is great, appreciate it. It's very dope that we have her making music. So yeah, I just wanted to let her know that. She's been ignoring all my acts and everything. I'm just trying to let you know I'm supporting you. That's it.
I love it. I love it. She growing too. We got to catch her before she really hit that spot.
I know, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to talk to her before she gets to her status where you can't even touch her no more. Like, I'm trying to talk to her before that. So
yeah, for sure.
No, this has been extremely dope. Like, I truly appreciate this time, man. Like,
nah, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you wanting to do this, man. This is a great conversation. Like I said, this ain't gonna be the last. So, but thank you so much for blessing these lines. So it was some good knowledge, good information. Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, hold on tight before I'm gonna end the show. I be meaning to tell my people don't hang up before I say don't hang up, but never let y'all hear it. All right.
I used to do this before, so I know I wasn't gonna hang up on you.
I'm like pre-production, Pete, pre-production, but whatever. All right. Groove Suite Podcast. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. Soup Kitchen gave us 2 jams that y'all should go listen to. The link is in the notes. And all the good stuff you can find. Oh, before we get out of here, man, please tell the people where they can find you at. Please tell them.
All right, so you can get at me at Soops Kitchen, SOOPS Kitchen, on all your social media sites. I'm mainly on Twitter now, so it's Soops Kitchen on Twitter, Soops Kitchen on IG, Soops Kitchen on Facebook, Soops Kitchen on Clubhouse, and also Soops Kitchen on Fanbase. If you are Black, I need you guys to go to Fanbase and use Fanbase because I actually invested in Fanbase. So I need you guys to use Fanbase.
For sure,
yeah,
man.
Like, you can get at me any type of way, email me, whatever you need to do. I'm here for you.
Indeed. Yes, man. Then follow Content Colors of Creators. Please go to C4Challenge.com. Check all the good stuff from there. Make sure you follow the Groove Suite. Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you follow MPN Management, Instagram, Twitter. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter. It's Mr. LPMPN. And yeah, just follow us, man. Follow us because we both got some dope shit. All right. So Be good, y'all. Be good. Be safe. Be good to yourselves and be good to others. All right. Peace. The Groove Suite Podcast has been brought to you by Mr. Penis's Neighborhood and the Groove Suite. Make sure you stay in tune with us on our socials, on Instagram and Twitter at The Groove Suite, and on Facebook, The Groove Suite Podcast. If you want to email us some music, tell us that you like us, email us at groovesweetjacks@gmail.com. New things, new vibe, new soul, all that. Thank you to everybody who supports us, rock with us, and vibe with us. The Groove Suite.